see, here's the thing too. I was never like, I respect Ricky as an athlete, but like when he was dueling out Paul, and I was such a big Paul fan when I was like first following disc golf, I didn't like Ricky. Only because I didn't have a reason to not like him.
But that's so good for disc golf.
I'm not saying it's not
I know.
good for disc golf. I agree.
I wasn't saying that you disagree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what disc golf
I want more rivalries.
We need rivalries. Like, you have to thrive on it.
People need to start talking trash. I need to see Nico LaCastro hop into those like pro tour.
You want to talk about some trash.
He needs to hop into those like pro tour interviews and just start calling out players like by name.
Nico in a pro tour interview called out all the comments. That was I loved that.
Nico.
I loved that.
No, the pro tour.
And he said the keyboard warriors need to just like they'll never be good at disc golf. They'll never I loved it.
He's good.
That
at the sport.
that's the type of stuff that we need articles written on. We need deeper interviews. We need that's a storyline.
Yeah.
Why wasn't there a headline on Ultiroll the next day? Nico LaCastro calls out all disc golf fans.
See, that's what I'm saying. He would have really got attention if he had like said Greg Barsby's breath stinks or something. Like I want direct call outs. It doesn't happen like super often in sports. Every once in a while, I want it on social media too.
But I don't even think it comes from a player. Like,
because I want to see a card get announced and be like, oh, that guy and that guy are on the same card. They can't stand each other. Like that's about to be.
So
heated.
what sport does that happen in other than UFC?
Well, there's like team rivalries.
Yeah, but like who
in golf? There were players who did not like each other very much. Tiger and Phil, they're friends now, but back in the day,
someone not like Phil?
They did not like each other at all.
The more I watch Phil, the more I love the guy.
There's a reason Phil Mickelson was never in any of the Tiger Woods video games because Tiger
That's so funny.
And Tiger really didn't. I think it was like one of their caddies, like Phil's caddy, did not like Tiger either. But
but I just think stuff like that we need to focus on it. Whoever's like, we need to find rivalries and we need to exploit it.
Well, sure,
and milk it for all it's worth.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Let's create a rivalry right now. Kevin Jones hates James Conrad.
He could never.
No,
they
probably love each
nice
other.
Of a guy.
They're both too nice of a guys. I just picked the two guys right next to each other. But I mean,
I know there's guys out there that can't stand Nico.
But like for instance, the Duke UNC rivalry, which first off, best rivalry in sports. Period.
Easily.
There's no way Duke versus UNC is the best rivalry. But I don't think it was players that created that. Mm-mm. It was just their location being close, which that's not going to happen in golf. But it was media and fan hype.
Yeah,
we've got to beat. So I think that's what needs to be happening is the media doesn't need to pit these players against each other, but it needs to be like a so-and-so versus Nico versus Calvin Heimberg. Okay, maybe Heimberg's not a great person to put in a rivalry because maybe he is a filthy trash talker and we don't know it.
Dude, Heimberg, he's got some secrets, man, for sure. That guy's mysterious.
He is.
I like Calvin Heimberg.
I like him a lot. Maybe that's an issue. Maybe I like players too much.
I think disc golf players are just not like very outspoken. I think
those pro tour interviews are amazing. They need to be free. And my reasoning behind it is imagine because some people are going to hear what I just said about Nico's interview and they've never seen it. But like imagine if Nico's interview was cut up into clips and then released on YouTube. And there's one YouTube of Nico talking trash. That's going to, in a certain degree, divide the fan base. But that's a great thing. It doesn't divide it in like non-disc golf likers. It's dividing against Nico and for Nico, and both are watching Nico. Mm-hmm. So now you put Nico on a card, you're going to have the Nico haters and the Nico lovers both watching, just like LeBron, like the Warriors.
Exactly.
Like that's what's going to happen. And so that's the same thing with, there's people out there that probably hate Paul. There's people out there when Paul and Ricky were battling it out back and forth. That's what was happening is you were watching just as much to see Paul win as you were to watch Ricky lose to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Paul and Ricky, they're a great rivalry play-wise, but both of them are too nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really like...
There was never going to be...
They didn't like dislike
If there was bad blood, you would have never seen it.
Yeah.
Because they're too nice and too class acts.
Disc golf, man, disc golf has a lot of like courteous players. Like I will say, like, I mean...
That's one thing that I love about disc golf, but I hate about disc golf.
Yeah, we need some personalities, man.
I love it about disc golf because, when I come to any tournament and any pro and anything, everyone's nice. I've met maybe two mean disc golfers in my life, and to be honest with you, they're not pros. I don't even know who they are.
I think it's just like a sport that kind of creates like they're kind of like I feel like people that get into disc golf are normally like more like quiet, reserved people. It seems like because that's how they kind of find disc golf because they can kind of be out on their own. And like, no, we need some like wild childs out there. Like, I want people.
So maybe that is Nico's role in the sport. Nico's been dominant, in the past. 2012, he was like the number one player in the world. Shoestrings documentary.
He's still
if you
very
haven't
relevant.
watched it.
He's having a good season.
No, he's still relevant. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, as far as like, maybe this is Nico's new role he can adapt into. Is he's now the Conor McGregor of disc golf.
Don't throw a chair through a bus, you know.
Okay, don't go that far.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what that looks like for Nico. But like, if there was that and we could market that, because I don't give two rips about MMA, but I'll watch the interviews and stuff because they're amazing.
They're
and
crazy.
Then there's certain fights that because I watch that interview,
I
have to watch the fight.
Because somebody's gonna get embarrassed.
Yeah, we need that.
I know.
Because imagine how many people we could bring from outside the sport if you have, like, if that Nico clip about people just talking crap, if that was free and that was published all over the place. First off.
Yeah.
That's drawing attention. Secondly, if Nico came out and said something about a specific player, like you said, like Greg Barsby has bad breath. Go with that.
All right. Bad example.
A horrible example. But you know what I mean? If he's talking smack, like they know their card they're on, and he's like, oh man, I can't wait to take it to whoever and show him what he said about my mom last week was wrong. I don't know. Like stuff like that where there's a storyline. There's something that you're following. You're on the edge of your seat, not because of the play, not because of anything other than watching these two players.
Yeah.
Or even a whole card. Whatever it is. You need that.